found my wife's secret phone. And everything changed. The first sign that something was wrong was how protective my wife suddenly became of her phone. We had been married for 6 years. No major fights, no cheating scandals, nothing dramatic. At least, that's what I thought. Emily used to leave her phone anywhere around the house. Kitchen counter, couch, bathroom, she never cared. But about 3 months ago, everything changed. She started taking it everywhere, even to the shower. At first, I ignored it. People change habits. It happens. But then came the late nights at work, the random smiles while texting, the way she would instantly lock her screen whenever I walked into the room. And the worst part? Every time I asked if something was wrong, she acted like I was crazy for even asking. "I'm just stressed," she'd say. I wanted to believe her, I really did. Then one Friday night, everything fell apart. Emily told me she was going out with coworkers after work. Nothing unusual. Around midnight, she texted me saying she'd probably stay at her friend Sarah's apartment because she had been drinking. Again, believable, but something felt off. I couldn't sleep. So around 2 a.m., I decided to grab her charger from her car because mine had stopped working. That decision destroyed my marriage. When I opened the passenger door, I noticed a small black bag shoved under the seat. I didn't recognize it. At first, I thought maybe it was makeup or work stuff. But when I picked it up, I heard a vibration inside. My stomach dropped immediately. I opened the bag. And there it was, a second phone. I just stared at it for a few seconds, trying to convince myself there had to be a reasonable explanation. Maybe it was a work phone. Maybe it belonged to someone else. Maybe I was overthinking. But deep down, I already knew the phone wasn't locked. That was the worst part. It's like the universe wanted me to see everything. The first thing I opened was the messages, and instantly, my entire body went numb. Hundreds of texts, most from one contact saved as M. Not only were they sleeping together, they had been making fun of me for months, calling me boring, laughing about how easy it was to lie to me. There were hotel reservations, photos, videos, plans for vacations I knew nothing about. And then I saw a message sent just an hour earlier. "I can't wait to leave him soon." I honestly can't describe the feeling. It wasn't anger at first, it was shock. Like my brain literally refused to process what I was seeing. 6 years together, gone in 5 minutes. I sat in the driveway staring at that phone until sunrise. Part of me wanted to call her immediately. Another part wanted revenge. But instead, I stayed quiet. And that's when I made the best decision of my life. I started collecting evidence. Over the next week, I copied everything from the phone. Messages, photos, bank transfers. Turns out she had been secretly spending thousands of dollars from our joint account on this guy. And somehow, it got even worse. The guy she was cheating with was married too. That changed everything. Because suddenly, I realized I wasn't the only person being lied to. So I found his wife online. Her name was Jessica. I messaged her with proof. At first, she thought I was lying, then I sent screenshots. She stopped replying for almost 2 hours, and when she finally answered, all she said was, "Oh my God." A few days later, Jessica and I met for coffee. Honestly, it felt surreal. Two strangers connecting because our partners destroyed both our lives. That's when we decided to confront them together. And trust me, it was worse than any movie scene I could imagine. Emily walked into the restaurant smiling, until she saw Jessica sitting next to me. I will never forget the look on her face. Pure panic. Her entire body froze. Mark, what is this?" she asked. Before I could answer, Jessica threw printed screenshots onto the table. The silence after that was deafening. Emily tried denying everything at first, then crying, then blaming me somehow, classic. But it was over. I left that restaurant feeling empty, but weirdly free. A month later, I filed for divorce. Turns out the guy she cheated with dumped her almost immediately after his own divorce started. So in the end, she lost everything. And honestly, sometimes karma handles things better than revenge ever could. Now it's been almost a year. And looking back, finding that second phone was the worst moment of my life, but also the moment that saved me.